back to the semifinals. Where should we start? I mean, there's a lot we can start off at because OKC Denver is going to be a top quality game. It's going to be a top quality series. We can go look at Celtics Knicks, Cavs Pacers. We can look at which of the series are there? Okay, let's say Timberwolves Rocket. Okay, let's say Timberwolves or Rockets Warriors. Which one do you want to predict first? Which one do you want to look at first? You want to talk about the Celtics first, Justin, to get out of the way?
No, I think we should do West first and East last.
Okay, fair enough. Let's do OKC Denver. Let's start off with that. That's gonna be the most That's one of the most interesting series. You got Jokic against Shea, the two MVP candidates like going up against each other. Who do you like? Cause who wants to start? I mean, this is gonna be interesting. Very very interesting series. Justin, you want to go first? Jokic versus Shea, the top two MVP candidates, man.
I'm gonna say it like this. This is not gonna be a sweep.
For sure. I can tell you that I agree with you for sure on this.
This
It's
is
not gonna be a sweep.
possibly gonna. This is possibly gonna go 6 or 7.
I think it'll go 6.
And the winner of this series, Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay. You want to elaborate why you think that they're gonna be the winners of the series?
Because I don't think Denver, after playing 7 games against the Clippers, are gonna match up well against Shea and the well-rested Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay. King, you wanna go on this one? You wanna go first?
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm the opposite. OKC, KFC, UFC, Denver, and 6. They got nothing to stop Jokic, and I think Jamal Murray as well. He's balling out, and I feel like they will get caught out in terms of tiredness, but at the same time, I think the Thunder might be a bit ring rusty, and because of the level that Denver has been playing against, especially iron sharpens iron, and when you're playing an elite team like the Clippers and you beat them the way you did in the game 7, I think that's a confidence boost when you take out Kawhi, when you take out James Harden, when you take out them boys. So, and I feel like on the other side, Thunder don't know what it's like to play an elite team in the playoffs yet because their
Yeah.
first round was a gimme. So
Yeah, it was.
are they gonna handle the pressure
A
of playing?
coachless Memphis Grizzlies. Let's just
Yeah,
say that.
yeah. Are they gonna handle the pressure of facing Jamal Murray, Jokic, and them boys? And are they gonna be able to live up to their hype? Who knows? This is gonna be their biggest task.
Uh,
This is
uh,
gonna be a 6-7 game series. I don't think this is gonna be a close. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be a very close one, and I don't know. I just don't. I don't really trust the Thunder yet. I don't. They haven't really proven it to me that they're going to be the team to go all the way. Denver's won it before. Denver has champions. Denver has
yeah.
MPJ. Denver has Aaron Gordon. They
OKC
have got
never won it.
yeah. So needs must really. They got to play at a fast pace and stop the Joker. So
Mm.
and Shea's got to live up to his hype as well because if you're the superstar you think you are, these are the kind of matchups that you need to come out in shining colors and be the greatest player on that court. So he's going to need to hit 30, 40 a night. He's going to need to lead his team past Denver, and it's going to be a very tough matchup. But one more time, OKC, KFC, UFC, Denver in 6, and I'm out.
King, I agree with you. I was waiting for you to, give your prediction because I had a feeling you'd go Denver in 6. I had a feeling you'd go Denver in 6, and I actually, do you know what it is? People are really sleeping on this Nuggets team because they fired Michael Malone, and I think Michael Malone is definitely a big miss for sure. I'm not denying that. I did say earlier in the season that one of, or if both, or maybe both, it depends where they finish. I said one of OKC and Denver are making the Western Conference Finals, and I'm 100% right, because one of them are definitely going to be in the conference finals, but who? And I think it'll be Denver. I think Denver in 6. I think for me, my MVP Nikola Jokic once again should deliver because you're right in the sense that OKC's never played a massive team. They've never played like a team that's challenged them down the stretch. And when you get into close games against Denver, you got Aaron Gordon on defense. Yes, they do have Chet Holmgren. Yes, they do have Jalen Williams. Yes, they do have Jalen Williams as well. And they might have Lou Dort as well. But go look at Denver. They clutch up. When it's crunch time, Denver clutches up, and you just do not underestimate Denver. You just don't. And trust me, people sleeping on this Denver team, I don't see why you are. Don't see why you should. I mean, sorry, I don't see why. Sorry, excuse me. I don't know why they are. Doesn't make sense to me. But let me just tell you this right now: Denver in 6, and they'll make the Western Conference Finals to face one of the Timberwolves, Rockets, or Warriors. I think like I said, I respect what OKC have done this year, and I don't think I'm not writing them off completely. But I just think with Denver, right, when it comes to the playoffs, when it comes to when it's time to clutch up, Jokic and the boys turn up. Jokic and Jamal Murray is hitting clutch shots left, right, and center. Jokic after that game, right? After that game against Clippers in game 4, game 5? After that controversial game winner, you could say it's controversial or whatnot. After that game, he came out and said that he was that he almost that he thought it was he fucked up. But the Nuggets clutched up, like I said. You have Gordon crushing the boards, Jokic getting the rebounds, assists, he's scoring, Jamal Murray hitting big shots. Yeah, I'm gonna go Denver in 6. You OKC, KFC, USC, Denver in 6. But yeah, sorry.
It will be a close one, though. I ain't gonna
It
lie
will
to
be.
you.
It
can go either way.
I won't be surprised if it goes 7 and OKC wins. I won't be surprised if they go through. Like, it doesn't shock me. I already said this, like I said before. One of OKC or Denver are making the Western Conference Finals. I reiterated this during the season, and I'm going to reiterate it again. They are making the Western. It's one of them is confirmed. It's 50-50 now. Just don't know who, but I'm gonna say Denver, just for the sake of. I just think Denver are gonna want blood after what happened last year. After they choked Game 7 of the semifinals last year, they were up big in Game 7 as well in the West in the semifinals, and then they messed up. They were supposed to be in the Western Conference Finals last year, but they messed up Game 7. So I think they're gonna want blood again this year, and I think they're gonna win this year. OKC, KFC, UFC, Denver in 6. Anyways, we're gonna move on to which game you want to move on to now?
Timberwolves versus whoever.
Let's talk about the you want to go one by one, or you want to stay in the West and then go to the East?
Stay in the West, because obviously we don't know if it's going to be a Rockets or the Warriors versus Timberwolves.
Yeah, that's true. But like I said,
But
to-
I don't.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. At this rate, I don't really mind who it is. Timberwolves are dogs. Anthony Edwards is playing at an elite level, and I don't know. I don't know what would be the better matchup for them because you with the Warriors, you got the shooting of Steph, you got the inside force of Jimmy, but then with the Rockets, they're just a well-rounded defensive unit in terms of a team. They're very dogged. They're defensively good, sound. They've got a great coach in Ime Udoka. So I'll be honest
Yeah.
with you, Wolves against either matchup is going to be very difficult for them to compete. And after beating the brakes off of Lakers, um, I can't doubt Minnesota from getting past Warriors or Rockets. So I feel like this side is a lot more difficult to predict out of the three teams. Experience would tell you it should be the Warriors that makes it all the way. But if the Rockets get through and it's Rockets versus Timberwolves, there's not really
It'll be a physical game.
outright winner. There's not an
it'll be a-
outright winner.
It'll be a physical game between whoever goes through, because you want to see Ant versus Steph. You want to see the defense of the Timberwolves versus the aggressiveness of the Rockets or the Warriors. Because if the Warriors go through, right? Let's say the Warriors go through. Draymond versus Rudy Gobert. You got the battle of the defenses. You got the battle of Steph versus Ant. Who's gonna take over which game? You've got the battle of, we'll say, did Butler and Julius Randle ever have like a past where they had like an incident or something? I can't remember I can't remember. Did they ever have like a past where like they kind of got into like an incident? Do you guys ever recall like Butler and I can't hear you, bro. King.
Wasn't Randall on the Lakers or something? I don't know.
One thing I know for sure is Jimmy Butler and the Denver Nuggets had some issues. So he's gonna want to get to the Western Conference Finals to face Denver or OKC if that happens. But I don't know. I said the Rockets would go will make it. So it's gonna be Timberwolves versus sorry, I said Warriors. So I said it's gonna be Timberwolves versus Warriors for me. For you guys, it's Timberwolves versus Rockets, as your prediction says. Rudy Gobert versus Alperen Şengün, the matchup of the centers, and you also got, like I said, Jalen Green, a decent young player. Fred VanVleet, the experience there. He's won the championship with the Raptors.
Right, and that's why I'm saying Rockets in 7, because Fred VanVleet has experience, and like I said, if it's Rockets, if Rockets win tonight, yeah, he has experience at winning a championship. But like I said, if the Rockets win tonight, it's going to be Rockets in the conference finals. If the Warriors win tonight, I still got Timberwolves.
But let's say the Warriors do go through. What are you saying? What are you guys saying? If the Warriors go, okay, let's talk about it on both scenarios. So let's talk about if the Rockets go through and if the Warriors go through. So let's talk about the Warriors. If the Warriors go through, what are you guys saying? Because this is gonna be a big matchup between two.
It's gonna have history because Jimmy was in Minnesota, and we saw what Jimmy did in
True,
Minnesota.
He was.
That game has history in terms of that, and the way fans are gonna be in those games. So it's gonna. I don't know if I feel like I feel like if I'm the Timberwolves, I'd rather face the Rockets than the Warriors because I don't want to face a Jimmy that's gonna want to come back and make a statement, especially considering the history he's had with that team. But at the same time, the Rockets, I don't know. I feel like either team is going to be a bad matchup for the Timberwolves. So Warriors will be easier because I don't really trust their bigs like that. So Rudy Gobert is going to have a good time against the bigs of the Warriors. So that might be a better in that sense. But if yeah. You know what? I agree with Justin. If it's Timberwolves Warriors, I think the Timberwolves have a chance. And if it's Timberwolves Rockets, then I think it's Rockets. Just because the one thing the Timberwolves were dependent on in the Lakers series is that they had the better big man. But in the if it was Timberwolves Rockets, they don't have the better big man. And if you pretty much cancel that out, you're just only dealing with Anthony Edwards, and he can't really do it all on his own.
I'm gonna go with if the Timberwolves and the Rockets. If the Rockets make it through, I'm gonna go Timberwolves in 6. I think the Timberwolves will make it to the Western Conference Finals. If the Warriors make it, I'm gonna go Warriors in about 6 or 7, because I just think the Warriors. And you made a good point about Jimmy Butler versus Minnesota. Like, he's gonna want to prove a point against his former side. So I would go with the Rockets in 6. Sorry, Warriors in 6 over the Timberwolves. But if the Rockets go through, I think the Timberwolves will win in 6 or 7. But Justin, I want your thoughts. Justin, you were saying something?
Like I said, Rockets win tonight. Rockets go into the conference finals. Warriors win tonight. Timberwolves are going to the conference finals. I don't have a slight prediction until we find out who's facing the Timberwolves.
But yeah, I mean, we got 2 more games left to talk about. But let's start off with our Boston Celtics taking on the New York Knicks.
Can we finish with that one?
Sorry?
Can we finish with that one? Can we finish with the Boston Celtics?
You want to finish with it?
Yeah, because for me the other one is a lot easier to talk about.
Cavs pace is easier to talk about.
Yeah, Cavs in 5.
I don't think so. You know,
I don't think the Pacers have a chance.
I think the Pacers will not. I don't think the Pacers have a chance to beat the Cavs in the series, but they've definitely got a good chance to make it a series.
Nah, I felt like the Cavs would have been a tougher matchup for the Bucks. The Bucks.
The Pacers' offense is crazy. They splash threes. Their offensive net rating, I think has gone up by a lot. We've seen it last year. They scored 150 like a few times. This year they scored. I think they've done the same, but bit inconsistent compared to last year. But let's talk about the Cavs Pacers, anyways, if you want. But I'd rather talk with the Celtics first because the Celtics are our team.
No, end it on your team. End it on a high note.
Fair enough. Let's go with Cavs Pacers then. I mean, Donovan Mitchell versus Tyrese Haliburton. Two of which the Celtics faced last year and eliminated both on their way to the finals. But this year, the Cavs and the Pacers finally meet. It'll be a physical battle on the glass because you got Miles Turner, you got Pascal Siakam, you got some decent players. Andrew Nembhard might show up. You got Tyrese Haliburton. Like I said, he's a stud. Tyrese Haliburton's dad has been suspended, by the way, of going to NBA games in the future because I think he had an altercation with what was it called? What's his name? Giannis, exactly. So he's banned from going to future games. Does that affect Tyrese? You think? Do you think it affects him? Because Tyrese actually came out and said after the game, he said it's cool. He said it's cool with it. Helps him with the
yes, he knows his dad is supporting him regardless.
But yeah, no, I think it'll be tough. I think it'll be tough in terms of like defense, like physicality wise. Miles Turner, what's it called? Pascal Siakam. Then the match with the Cavs with DeAndre Hunter, Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen, and some guys. But I'm gonna go with Cavs in just about 6. I think Cavs will win in 6. I think the Pacers might have 2 games in them. But I want to know you guys' thoughts on this because this is gonna be interesting, very very interesting to see who goes through and who could potentially win. Because the Pacers might give a series, but I don't think they'll go through. I don't have a chance of winning against Cavs in a 7-game series, but they definitely got a chance to steal 2. But I want to know your thoughts, Justin, and King. Your thoughts on this. King, you want to go first? Justin, want to go first?
Justin, go first, then I'll finish it.
I I'm just gonna pretty much say Cavs in 5.
Okay. Want to say why you think that?
I just don't trust the Pacers.
Fair enough. Justin, how you how you seeing the series pan out?
As Justin version 2 now, I agree with Justin. Cavs in 5. I feel like for the Cavs, it would have been a more difficult matchup if the Bucks went through, especially if Lillard was healthy. Because then you're
Mhm.
facing Giannis, you're facing Lillard, you're facing superstars. But
Yeah.
for me, Halliburton's good. He's not great. He is a great guy, but he's just not good enough to win a championship. He's just not the guy yet. He's probably not going to ever be the guy. So for me, I feel like the Cavs are just going to beat them in 5. And yeah, I just think it's a very easy matchup for them. The Pacers do have, as you said, good offensive, but defensively, are they going to do anything to stop the Cavs? I don't think so. So,
No.
so I just think the Cavs are just going to win it in 5. But now we can finish on the main event, the East matchup. I'm looking
Cavs
forward
and
to.
I think the Pacers got 2 games in them. I think the Cavs will win. So I think the Cavs will win game 1 and 2. Pacers win game 3 and 4. Cavs win 5 and 6. So I think game 1 predictions. Like, what are your game 1 predictions for the rest? Like, I think OKC wins game 1. I think the Timberwolves will win game 1 regardless of who it's against. In my opinion, I think. And yeah, what do you guys? Do you guys agree on that? All that? King.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Next up,
I think it's all going to be home wins, really.
we got our beloved Boston Celtics versus the New York Knicks. A rematch of the 2013 NBA playoffs, the last time they've met in the playoffs. But the Celtics this year, they've got the better of the Knicks in all 4 games. However, it is the playoffs. It is gonna be a different game. The Celtics have Drew Holiday back. That's gonna be a plus. Obviously, we need him against the Orlando Magic to match up with the physicality, but at the same time, he was dealing with a hamstring tightness, so he wasn't able to play. Jaylen Brown's knee has kind of troubled him a little bit, but he did perform very, very well in game 2, so credit to him where it's due. But then again, we're not going to rely on one player to get us over the line. We cannot. We have to be on our game because the Knicks are a good side. They have Karl-Anthony Towns, who they've added this year. Jalen Brunson, who's going to ball out. Mitchell Robinson, who is a good defensive player. Josh Hart, who's been good for them this year. But then again, with the Celtics quality, with the way we've been playing this year, in the second half of the season, with the way that we're kind of getting our guys back from injury, I am gonna back the Boston Celtics to win 5 or 6 games. I just think we might have I think we might have enough to get over the line, because yes, we didn't look great against Orlando, but then again, the Celtics will up the level when they play a team that they know is good and is capable of giving a good matchup and a good series, and we'll take game 1 and 2. What are you guys saying? What's your overall feeling? And I know King's laughing at something. He's been laughing at something this whole series. But what is it? What is it that you're laughing? You want to share, King?
I've been watching them New York videos of their fans, and I just imagine how they would be if they won that series.
Bro, the we want Boston chants are back, and you know what happens. You know what happens when they say we want Boston. You know how it goes down. Only the Warriors can chant that. I'll be honest with you. Only the Warriors can chant that.
No, New York fans are crazy. Go New York, go New York, go. No, New York fans are crazy. They're gonna be crazy for that matchup.
I give credit. They're very, very passionate fans. Yeah. It's a battle of the most passionate fans in the league. I'll be honest with you. It's the Celtics and the Knicks fans, the most passionate fans in the league. But what are you guys saying? I want to know your thoughts on this series as a whole, because it's gonna be interesting to see. But I want to know your opinions on this all. Want to go first, Justin? Or you're the Celtics fan? Or you wanna? or King? Do you want to go first?
I'll let Justin go first because it's his team.
Our team.
I'm thinking about what I want to say about this.
Go on.
Okay, you guys are gonna be shocked.
Okay. I think I
This
know
is
what you're
going.
about to
This
say.
is going 7 games.
And Celtics in 7.
Mm-hmm.
You said that against. You said that with the Orlando Magic series as well, and they didn't go 7.
No, I did not say that. I did not say that series
You
was
did.
going to go 7.
Yes, you
I
did.
not-
You
no, I
said
did-
you said it was going to go 7. You said it might go 7. Because we don't win in Orlando.
Okay, but that was until we won in Orlando.
Fair enough. Because I said
You guys gotta remember something. The Knicks were 0-10 against the Cavs, the Celtics, and the Thunder in the regular season. This is playoffs. This is different.
Of course.
And they beat us back in 2013 in a series.
So did Orlando in 2009. To be fair.
Okay, but I don't really count 2009 because KG was injured. I don't really count that.
The Celtics were on decline though in 2013, weren't they? They were on the decline.
Yeah. I don't know. This is going 6 or 7. I just feel like this is going 6 or 7.
Okay.
I think the Celtics will win the first 2 games at home. Then they'll probably lose the next 2 games at Madison Square Garden. Then they'll probably win the last 2. Okay, so Celtics in 6.
Celtics in 6.
Yeah.
The Celtics do have a good. They have a good recent record at Madison Square Garden. To be fair, but I'm not gonna overly look at that.
They do, but something tells me either New York is going to win a game in Boston or New York is going to win 2.
The Knicks did lose 2 games at Madison Square Garden already in the last series, so that's something I'm looking to exploit. I think we'll win games 1 and 2.
But here's my thing. The reason why I'm saying either 6 or 7 is because Jalen Brunson went off against the Pistons. Then you got Karl Anthony Towns who went off against the Pistons. So
yeah, but the Celtics have a good defense. That they have a good defense, and especially with Drew Holiday back, it's gonna really boost us defensively.
That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. Drew Holiday. If he's not healthy enough, and if Jaylen Brown's not healthy enough, look, I'm still rooting for my team, but I'm still saying this is going either 6 or 7.
Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna back the Celtics in 5 or 6. What are you saying, though, King? I want to know your thoughts on this series.
Celtics in 6. My head says Celtics in 6, but my heart wants chaos, and I want the Knicks all the way. So my heart says Knicks in 7, but my head says Celtics in 6. I'm gonna lie to you. I need to see the Knicks fans in the finals once in my lifetime. This might be the best chance they get. So, but in all honesty, I just think the Celtics are going to be too tough for them. I just think outside of their starting 5, they don't really have anything. So if you can stop their 5 and slow down Brunson, slow down Cat, then there's nothing on their bench. Their bench is pretty much make weights. Their bench is like paper mache men. Their bench is non-existent. It's just 5 man versus 8. If
Man
I'm the
said
Celtics.
paper mache, you know.
Kane, I was gonna say you as a 76ers fan would say I want to see the Knicks in the final.
Of course he does. Of course he does. Because the Knicks have some love connection, don't they? The Sixers
No.
and
No.
they both have had like didn't they both had like Dr. J or something? Didn't they both have Julius Erving in their squad?
Yeah, they did.
So you're saying Celtics in 6, yeah, King?
He said either 6 or 7.
Okay.
Celtics in 6, but my heart wants the Knicks in 7. I need the
I'm
chaos. I
I'm
need
sure
the
you wanted.
chaos.
I'm sure you wanted Orlando in 6 as well, didn't you?
No, I don't care about Orlando. I just like the Knicks fans. The Knicks fans are crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. When you see the Knicks fans do what they do, yeah, you just want them to win, just to see what it would be like.
Just like,
Because
just like,
New York, if a New York
just,
team wins a championship, New York is gonna turn to Gotham City, and I'm gonna be there to see the the craziness
just,
live.
just like when you said Luca and the Lakers, there's a nice ring to it, but there's 0 right now.
Hey, Kane, I don't know how this is, but I think the only chance that New York has a chance of winning the championship is either the Mets or the Yankees right now.
Yeah, I know. Like New
No, but the
York
Knicks
is
have a
New
good
York
team,
has
though.
suffered. New York suffered, but
I'm not
the
gonna.
Knicks is just a 5. That's all they
I'm
are.
not gonna
They're
write the
5
Knicks.
man.
They do have a good team, but I'm just gonna back my team and say Celtics in 5, 6.
It's not a good team. They have a good starting 5. That's all they have.
It's the
Akeven, if for some reason we do see the Cavaliers in the finals, you're not gonna like my prediction.
No, I already know what you said earlier. Anyways, you told me already this before.